And in politics, the Secretary General and other high-ranking UN administrators are on Luna for a security summit. We await the official briefing later tonight. Deputy Undersecretary Christian Avasarala has been sequestered to an undisclosed Earth location for emergency government operations.
Archangel is arriving. Stand by for resume post. Ma'am, if you need anything at all, you can use it.
So this is the Secretary General's hideaway. Not bad for a coffin. Nishan, where the fuck are you?
Good morning, Madam Deputy Undersecretary. How was your trip in?
You mean my descent? I'm being guarded like a fucking war prisoner. What do you think?
Was it another assassination plot?
Could be any damn thing. With everyone on Luna for the summit, I am suddenly the highest ranked official on the planet.
Congratulations.
Bullshit. I was the only one expendable enough to remain on Earth. Where is your voice coming from anyway? I don't see a comms link. What in the flying fuck?
Apologies for the dramatic reveal. I know how you dislike me pinging your terminal all day. This seemed to be a workable solution. I also took the liberty of having security bring down some of your personal items.
Jesus. How long do you think I'll be down here? Okay, messages.
And Admiral Krusco has sent an urgent message about a situation near Juno. And Undersecretary Mendez is still hounding you about the reorganization plan.
That's all?
No, there's also a message from Callisto.
Are you sure?
Yes, it reached your receiver about 45 minutes ago. I forwarded it to your hand terminal.
Okay, go back to your dock. Let me get to work. Some fucking admiral and that Torb Mendes. That's the agenda.
Christian, I hear you're working out of the bunker today. Is it as ostentatious as everyone says?
Only thing missing is a chandelier. I hear you were looking for me.
Ah, yes. Listen, your role as Undersecretary of Peace Operations is invaluable, of course.
And yet?
And yet, the Belter threat calls for greater scrutiny. It should be the work of a committee, one that I'm shocked hasn't formed earlier. Anyway, the Security Council is planning a vote on the issue.
What issue? The issue of whether to strip me of my powers and throw the belt into chaos?
I know big changes can be challenging, especially when you've been in the UN for so long. But this is a move to protect our people.
The belt is on the verge of collapse, and you want to appoint a bunch of people who have no experience there. Explain how that protects anyone.
We'll assemble the best team we can. Any transition invites some amount of instability. But, listen, maintaining peace in the belt is more than one person can accomplish. Everyone is finally acknowledging all the work you do.
By taking my job?
Oh, don't think of it that way. If you excuse me, I've got another call. Always a pleasure.
Undersecretary Avasarala. With Fleet Admiral Hold indisposed on Luna, we've been instructed to defer to you for matters of lawful jurisdiction. At 1800 hours, the MCRN battleship Ramses II entered Juno moonspace. We have hailed the Ramses II 3 times, and we are now within our rights to seize the vessel. However, I've been ordered to seek your go-ahead on all matters in the belt, regardless of urgency or severity. Seeing as you are a civilian administrator, I urge you to trust your military officers to make the right decisions. I eagerly await your response, but I must warn you, if we do not receive orders soon, we will be forced to engage. Admiral Krusco, out.
Civilian administrator, my ass. Brass prick. This Krusco seems damn sure of himself. That makes me even less confident of his assessment. I better look into it myself before responding. It's been a long time since Jonathan called.
Hi, Mom. It's me. They lifted the comms embargo, and I wanted to say hey. Haven't heard from you in a few days, and, well, I'm worried. You took the news about Marie badly. She's not what you think she is. She's not a terrorist. She's fighting for justice for ordinary people who were caught in the crossfire. I know you say I distract myself from what's important, but, well, this is important. She is. To me. Anyway, I love you, and I miss you. Keep me in your prayers. Talk soon.
Stupid boy. This is no time for romance. Sweet child, the United Nations did not send you all the way across the solar system to get laid. We love to hear from you, but I expect updates on your health and safety, not on your damn love life. Listen to me, because I won't say it again. You must forget Marie, whoever the hell she is. You have a job to do, and your mind must be free from all distraction. Focus on your mission, and you will be back with us soon. Now, go. I'm sure there is something more important you should be doing. And be safe, my sweet boy. Make us proud. Once I've finished my work, this will serve nicely for a wind down. So this is where our discretionary funds have gone. To feather an underground nest. Dear God, what a waste of water. I should put up the reports on Juno and Ramses too. The belt, aka my never-ending headache. Based on the velocity, the Ramses doesn't appear to be any immediate threat to Juno.
All the more reason to keep assessing and avoid making a mistake, right?
Martians are brash, but a move like this requires serious balls. I don't like it.
Why would they enter a heavily guarded demilitarized zone with a single warship? It doesn't add up.
Interesting. There have been no transmissions between the Martians on Juno and the Ramses too.
So it's either a rogue ship or meant to look like one.
A known OPA terrorist meeting with Martian agents. This could be interesting. One can only imagine what we could have done with all that wasted Mormon money. As if Earth weren't big enough to worry about. Why not? If someone offers you a favor, it's best to take advantage. Cloaking their military overreach in promises of protection. A classic Martian trick. $10%. Why not just ask for a pony in every household? Useless posturing. If only meteors would silence some of the blowhards in the UN. The OPA should know better. This will come back on them tenfold. We keep pushing farther and farther out. God knows why. I hope these fools realize that black markets are to be managed, not eliminated. In a perfect world, everybody gets what they need. But the belt is far from perfect. What a mess. I pray Chernobyl isn't the one who has to clean it up. Looks like I'm fully briefed on this Juno situation. I never thought I'd miss the real nation, but this little gadget creeps me out. I'm going to need everything you have on Mendez.
Frankly, he's a pretty open book. Son of diplomats, top of his class at the UNS, spotless record.
He may be young and shiny, but I have seen his kind before. Small dicks, big ambitions.
Massive ambitions, if he's facing off against you.
Tell me about that shit-eating admiral.
I have his file here, but something is off. Gaps in command, sealed records.
So Cusco has powerful friends who like to cover up his mistakes. No wonder he's not afraid of me.
Let me do some digging. It might be nothing, but it couldn't hurt.
I have something special for you to work on.
Of course. What do you need?
My son is in contact with a girl on Ganymede. Maria Sparrow.
Is she a UN official? A Martian diplomat?
She's a Belter activist.
Oh.
I know the basics. Enough for me to wholeheartedly disapprove of her. But this girl could be using my son for his UNN access. Or trying to recruit him.
I see, Madam Undersecretary. I'll make the appropriate inquiries.
If only everything was as straightforward as chess. In politics, the rules are always changing.
Good morning, my love. You look absolutely ravishing. It's true I cannot see you, but I've learned that it's safer to assume. If I was with you, I wouldn't be able to stop from sweeping you into my arms and carrying you away. But alas, I'm not, and will have to settle for your bishop. Your move, darling.
My dear Arjun. Have you learned nothing? I'm always playing a different game than you expect. Ask your king what I mean. I would much rather play a very different game Sadly, I have been locked in a bunker by some idiot bureaucrats. But when I return home, you should block out your schedule. If only everything was as straightforward as chess. In politics, the rules are always changing. Looks like I'm fully briefed on this Juno situation. My father's a statue. Nishan thought of everything. Sitting at the Secretary General's desk. Once a dream, now a goddamn headache. I'm ready to respond to Admiral Kruzko's message. Admiral Kruzko. This is Christian Avasarad, Deputy Undersecretary for Peace Operations for the United fucking Nations! In case you have forgotten, I won't have any personal feelings about the Martians drive you to act unwisely. You will stand by for my orders and not move a goddamn inch until told to do so. Have a nice day. Done with messages for now. Not the message I was expecting. But since when did Charlotte do anything I expected? I like to stay on top of every place in the system, just as long as I never have to visit any of them. I may not be certain of a higher power, but sometimes it's nice to share all this shit with somebody else. Give me the strength to solve this clusterfuck around Juno. Protect Sharpo from his own foolish impulses. I may not be certain of a higher power, but sometimes it's nice to share all this shit with somebody else. I believe I've earned my drink now, if I'm ready for a break. Am I ready to unwind? Mars, Earth, the Belt. Your own damn children. It's all too much to control. Shit!
Madam Deputy Undersecretary, I received a new update from the Director of Operations. Stand by.
The time window for restoration of services has been extended indefinitely. Thank you.
Does the Director of Operations happen to report to Undersecretary Mendez?
Yes, D.O. Tanaka is a direct report.
This is no accident. Mendez is trying to block me out of the vote.
Forgive me, Madam Deputy, but isn't that a little paranoid?
You'd be paranoid too, if you got fucked over as much as I do.
Whatever's causing it, we won't get much done without power.
You underestimate me, Nishan. My electrical engineering degree wasn't just for show. Word of this gets out, I'll have your testicles as paperweights.
Understood, Madam Deputy Undersecretary.
I learned a few things besides networking at Kano Polytech. Let's hope I remember them.
Well done, Madam Undersecretary.
What can I say? I live to impress you, Nishan. We have power again, but it's limited. Any news from the outside world?
The Security Council vote will proceed as planned, but you are scheduled to address the delegates first. The Ramses 2 is still off course near Juno, and the intervention window is closing. You've received another message from Admiral Kruzko, and you should be able to contact him again.
That won't mean shit if I can't make him listen. Did you find any dirt on him?
I'm afraid not. Of course, if the Secretary General weren't indisposed, he might share whatever unsealed files he might have.
He's safe. I like this dark side of you, Nishan.
I learned from the best, Madam Undersecretary.
What's the point of sitting in for the Secretary General if I don't get to break into his safe? Need to find the key. Knowing the Secretary General, he's hidden somewhere that makes him feel clever. I should look around the desk for the key.
Oh, Christian, I was just about to call you. The council has set the date for the reorganization vote. It's today, in full assembly.
And I don't suppose you'd consider postponement for the council member who's working from a hole in the ground.
Oh, believe me, I asked, begged even, but there's too much momentum.
I've made my position clear to you. I am sure I can make it to the other councillors as well.
Oh, of course, but the timing is, well, you should get on people's calendars as soon as you can.
Jeffrey, I like you. You're ambitious, and you have balls. That's why I am telling you to cancel the vote. You don't want to go up against me.
Christian, you are an inspiration. I've looked up to you for, well, my whole career. But this motion is moving forward, and last I counted, you were 3 votes short.
Cocksucker.
I've populated your screen with 5 delegates whose votes may be winnable. You should call them and see where they stand.
Very good.
This is Deputy Governor Dunning.
Natalie is Christian.
I should have known.
Natalie, I need a favor, and you know I wouldn't ask unless it were urgent.
Who are we kidding, Chris? You only ever call when you need a favor. So what is it?
It's the Security Council vote. Can I count on you to reject the reorganization under Mendes?
I like you, Chris. But not enough for charity.
Meaning?
Shepherd Complex has a faulty filtration system, and it needs updating. But the funds are never there. See that Shepherd gets its new water tower, and I'll support you.
I'll see what I can do.
You're Christian Avasarala. I expect a lot more than that.
Well, this is a surprise. To what do I owe the honor?
This is about the vote to reorganize the Security Council.
Ah, I see. Well, Jeffrey Mendez is a spiteful worm, and any motion he champions is certainly one I will vote against.
So I have your support?
If you make me one promise.
I will do whatever it takes. I give you my word.
Ah, be careful, Madam Undersecretary. That's a dangerous thing to say in our line of work.
For some, but not for me.
As of now, I will vote with you against the reorganization. However, whatever happens in negotiations, you cannot raise taxes. If you plan a tax hike of any kind, you will be calling Mendez Sir before the week is out. Do you understand?
Are you threatening me, Finance Director Singh?
No, I am informing you of the potential consequences if you fail to heed my warning. The system will break, Christian.
I understand the situation, and I will make this work.
I appreciate the call, Madam Undersecretary. Good luck.
Avasarala.
Okoro, I've heard that you're undecided on the security reorganization.
Only because I knew you'd show up here eventually.
Don't patronize me. The only reason you have a job is because I promised your boss a kickback from those mining subsidies.
Listen, I don't...
No, you listen. You sit in that chair because I made it happen. And now you're going to give me what I need.
So I can give you the vote, but I'll need something in return.
Don't keep me in suspense.
We're getting a lot of flack from the wealthier tiers of the Earth admin zones. Too many private regulations over spaceport licensing.
You're joking.
They want the UN Accountability Office to deregulate private spaceports, and they're fine with higher taxes if that's what gets it done.
Very well. I will get back to you.
I'm sure you will, but only when your back's against the wall.
Does she think I do this to make friends?
Is this for real? Christian Avasarala. It's been a long time.
Elena, it's been a few years.
Years? Come on. You remember the last time we saw each other.
I'm afraid I don't remember.
That's not surprising. I hardly remember it either.
Listen, I need a favor.
Let me guess. Mendes security plan?
How did you know?
Singh warned me you'd be calling. But I understand why you're concerned. Any idiot can see what Mendes is trying to pull.
Can I count on you?
You may. But only if the proposed water tower in Shepherd Complex never moves forward.
Oh, you're not a supporter of the project?
I'm not a supporter of handing Dunning another fucking victory to pad her resume for committee assignments.
I see.
I knew you would. Gotta run. Good luck today, Christian.
What can I do for you, Madam Undersecretary?
I'm coming to you for help with the Security Council's reorganization proposal.
Oh, that. I'm afraid the belt's security status doesn't affect the People's Party's platform. Not directly, anyway.
Then I would like to ask for your vote.
And incur the wrath of Jeffrey Mendez? I don't know how I feel about that.
Mendez is not the one you should be afraid of, Mr. Weiss.
I'm not sure I appreciate that implication, Madam Undersecretary.
It's simply a reminder that the People's Party has friends in the UN, and you wouldn't want to jeopardize that friendship.
Listen, I want to help, but I have my own issue that I could use your support with.
Naturally.
The private spaceports of the wealthy are draining resources and crowding public lands. Now some delegates are attempting to remove the limited regulatory oversight we have.
Spaceport regulations. That's your issue?
That, and raising taxes, of course. The people have spoken.
Very well. Thank you for your time, Mr. Weiss.
Anytime. We appreciate your support.
I've captured the findings from your conversations with the delegates. You can review and prepare your policy decisions when ready.
Very good. I'll meet you at your station.
Undersecretary, this is Admiral Kruzko. I'm afraid the situation near Juno has reached its inflection point. The Martians are now openly flouting system law, and this act cannot go unanswered. Your empty posturing may be how UN bureaucrats conduct business, but we in the Navy are men and women of action. No orders have been issued, but I cannot guarantee the obedience of my captains. They understand that lives are at stake, and they are only human. I implore you to transmit orders as soon as possible. Kruzko, signing off.
This asshole won't respect me unless I make him.
Hi, Mom. It's me again. 2 messages in one day. Must be a new record, right? So, we're gearing up for a mission. I don't know where yet, I never do, but I wanted to reach out. I don't care what you say. I'm not breaking things off with Marie. It's my decision. Just because you think you control the system doesn't mean you control me. Remember when you forced me to enlist and I didn't talk to you for 6 months? I don't want this to be like that. Call me back when you get a chance. I'd love to hear from you before we deploy.
Sweet boy, you must stay safe and return to us soon. You have an important job to do, and I trust you to do it well. However, this is no time for sentimentality. All soldiers feel strongly on the eve of battle, which is why it's the worst fucking time to make decisions. Push this Marie out of your head and focus on what matters. You know what to do. I love you desperately, and I pray I will see your face again soon. Semper Fi, my sweet boy. Now, to deal with this shitstorm on Juno, the map should tell me what I need to know. Still a lot to untangle with the Juno situation. Word of the Ramses' presence will have reached every corner of Juno. Perhaps that's the point. It's easy to move things on and off world when nobody is watching.
This Ramses incident is starting to smell like a trap.
The Martians will seize every advantage, even if it means turning angry kids into terrorists.
Maybe that's what this Ramses provocation is about. An excuse to set off their operatives.
Johnson is a terrorist masquerading as a politician. Here's the only place not on fire, for once. This means the Ramses 2 is alone. If there were stealth escorts, we would have noticed them missing. Sharnapple has always liked the Dust Runners. Yet another topic we butt heads on. Assassinating a poet. Literary criticism has certainly changed since I was a student. Outage my ass. It will take more than a blown fuse to shut me up. I've never trusted Jules Piermont. Let's find out what he has to say for himself. This map drives home just how far away Sharnapple is. I'd prefer not to think about it. As if I needed another reason to detest space travel. It's like living in a petri dish. Martyrs, no. Is it? Fanatics is more like it. Those high-price mercs better put an end to this. I don't want Sharnapple involved. I've done all I can about Admiral Asshat for now. I should look around the desk for the key. I'm ready to work out my policy positions. Let's figure out which policies I support to get the vote locked in.
I have the summary for you to review.
Singh is a single-issue voter, no new taxes.
Got it.
Let's give Earth rich idiots even less oversight. Yes on deregulation.
Understood.
I need Masterson's vote, and she's not wrong about the water tower. It will have to wait.
Sounds good. Let me double-check these tallies. Congratulations, Madam Deputy. This should secure you the votes. I'll send along your policy commitments to the 5 delegates.
Thank fuck. Of course, none of that will matter if I'm not there to cast the deciding vote.
I've requested a postponement to the session. In lieu of that, you can always connect in remotely, now that the power's restored.
I'm not banking on it. Keep pressing them. I should look around the desk for the key. Still need to get back to Cusco. What's the point of sitting in for the Secretary General if I don't get to break into his safe? Go back to your base and face the wall. It's called plausible deniability, for fuck's sake.
Deniability of what?
Good draw. It's almost optimistic to think we could fuck up this planet more than we already have. If we were wasting our time planning for alien contact, at least we are being honest about it. I've done all I can about Admiral Asshat for now. Still need to get back to Crusko. Admiral Crusko, here are your orders. You will remain in place. You will not intercept the MCR in Ramses II. Mars has been recruiting and training Edit Belter mercenaries to hide among the populace of Juno Station. They are armed and ready to take over the station at the slightest provocation. We will not give it to them. I've also been reviewing your sealed personal file. It reads like a fucking tabloid. Sex, nepotism, cover-ups. It would only take one word from me to have it unsealed and all over the news tonight. I will await your confirmation of these orders. I finished all my messages.
Hi, Mom. It's me again.
I've done all I can about Admiral Asshat for now. It's easy to move things on and off worlds when nobody is watching.
This Ramses incident is starting to smell like a trap.
What are you looking at? All the smog and serene.
My darling, while I would gladly carve up my schedule for you, it sounds like you might not be home anytime soon. I'm not surprised that foolish men think that they can control you, and I pity them greatly. I just heard from Shanapal. All things considered, he's faring well. I credit your fighting spirit, which I trust won't be too wounded by the loss of this pawn.
Faring well? Have you heard what your son is doing on Callisto? Foolish little shit. Falling in love with some belter. I blame you for this ridiculous sentimentality. All the time we spent raising him. And what does he do? Falls in love on a rock in the middle of space. Talk to him, Arjun. If you can't change his mind, no one can. I believe I have the boat locked down now, but I won't know for sure until it happens. What are you looking at? All the smoke and serene. Give me the grace not to rob my victory in Mendes' face. Get Crusoe to listen to reason. Give him enough wisdom or enough fear of what I'll do to him. Protect Charlotte from danger. Protect my husband, who I need far more than I want him to know. Dad always said I was the only one with stronger shoulders than Atlas. If you could see me now. I've done all I can for now. Am I ready for a break? Or is there more to do?
Madam Undersecretary, full power has been restored to the compound.
That's a good news.
But the Security Council still hasn't responded to our request to postpone the vote.
No matter. So long as the trains are running, I will be there to see the look on Mendes' face when I end this farce.
Very good. I'll prepare for your imminent arrival. When you're ready.
Security breach. Security
What
breach.
now?
Security breach.
Lockdown protocols, Archangel. Move! 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 Ma'am, this is Private Sharp.
I know who the fuck this is. Who the fuck else locked me in this prison?
It was for your own safety. There's been a security breach in the compound, ma'am.
Stop calling me that, you hick. I am Deputy Undersecretary in the United Nations, not your country grandmother.
Yes, Deputy Undersecretary. I'm sorry. We're conducting our sweep now, and we will have the site secure as soon as possible.
I can't wait for soon. The vote is happening now. That's the whole point of all this. Sharp, this is your last chance. Obey my orders and let me out of here now, or deal with the consequences.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. The consequences are immaterial. I have my orders and must see them through.
Yes, motherfucking soldier you are. Dismissed, Private. You'll never know when you'll need to light some incense, or the occasional contraband cigarette. This might come in handy. Nishan even thought to personalize the safe room. Sometimes that boy scares me. At least my prison can smell nice. Nishan even thought to personalize the safe room. Sometimes that boy scares me. Just keep me from setting myself on fucking fire. Give me the self-control not to murder that fucking Admiral or anyone else who gets in my way today. Forget about me. Just protect my son. At least my prison can smell nice. I guess it wouldn't be a safe room without a smoke alarm. Where there's smoke, there's fire alarm. Come on. Fuck me. It's real?
Deputy Undersecretary, are you alright?
Nishan. Nishan, you scared the shit out of me. What's wrong with your screen?
Poor reception. Reinforced walls. We can't connect to the boat from in here.
What the fuck is your plan then?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize. Just blow. Blow!
Ma'am? What's happening? I'm coming in. What is this? Where's the Deputy Undersecretary?
Enjoy the R&R, Private. You've earned it.
Ma'am! Let me out!
Nishan?
Linking you into the session now.
If that's all the arguments, we will convene the vote. All those in favor.
Excuse me, counselors. I have the Deputy Undersecretary. Madam, whenever you're ready.
Counselors, I apologize for my tardiness. I have been enjoying the Secretary General's underground hospitality today. We all want to increase security in the belt, but this vote will not accomplish it. The measure is a political maneuver. Undersecretary Mendez has no experience in the belt, and putting him in charge is a dangerous overreach. Counselors, my son is stationed on Callisto. No one wants to de-escalate tensions in the belt more than me. But this motion will only lead to more chaos.
Thank you, Madam Avasarala. We'll convene the vote then. All those in favor? All opposed? The motion has failed 67 to 66. Security in the belt will remain under the jurisdiction of the Deputy Undersecretary. Thank you, everyone. Meeting adjourned.
One last thing, Secretary. I would like to put on the record my personal commendation of one Private Sharp for remaining steadfast to his post in the face of tremendous obstinacy by yours truly. He's an exemplary soldier, and I see a bright future for him after today.
Your commendation has been added to the record. Meeting adjourned.
The security protocols are lifted. Ma'am, I don't know what to say.
Thank God. Now, Get the hell out of my office.
Ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
Your office? I rather like the sound of that.
Should I mess with all the SG's screen settings before he gets back from Luna? Does that count as treason? Let's see if the world managed to keep itself together in my absence. Jeffrey, what an exciting vote that was.
Indeed. How wonderful that you were able to make it after all.
I've been meaning to tell you. An ambassador position has just opened up on one of Neptune's moons. It occurs to me that someone with your ambition would be a perfect candidate.
You wouldn't actually create a brand new ambassador position just to send me to the ass end of the solar system?
You seriously underestimate how petty I can be. Enjoy the trip. I hear Titan is lovely this time of year.
Now, wait just a minute.
Madam Avasarala, I've received your message. I am, frankly, shocked that you would address a member of the armed services in this way. And I am extremely grateful that you did. I've reviewed the evidence you sent. It's subtle, but I see the ploy. The MCRN will pay for this provocation, but not today. We have not engaged with the Ramses II, and I've just received word that they are beginning to course correct. I don't appreciate the regrettable moments of my past entering the conversation, but I can't help but respect your drive to accomplish your mission at all costs. Ma'am, you have my gratitude, and the gratitude of the brave men and women on board the Josie Whales. Crusoe out.
Admiral Crusoe, thank you for sharing the good news. Thank you for doing the heroic work of listening to your fucking superior. You're quite right. The MCRN will pay for this, but in trade tariffs and censures. I assure you, I'll make it just as painful for them. Please inform my office of your next rotation back to Earth. First round is on me. No new message from Chernobyl yet. Hopefully a good sign. Once again, I am the one cleaning up a UNN disaster. They should make me a fleet admiral. I'll get back to worrying about this endless mess tomorrow. The Martians may know how to wage war, but their subterfuge is shit. I still can't help but wonder, why is Mars so hell-bent on Juno's capture? The situation on Juno could have been much worse. We must do better. The OPA will need to get its members under control. Such chaos is a liability. If you zoom in really far, you can see me suffocating in this fucking tomb. It's better to be safe than sorry, especially when you're dealing with the MCRN. Mars keeps trying to expand. If only they'd stick to their own planet. Someone needs to put these Belters in their place. They're lucky I'm not the Secretary General. Mendez better be careful, or I'll redact his ass all the way back to the Academy. Apparently, being a billionaire doesn't make you a great parent. Who knew? Be safe, my dear son. Earth and Mars, working together to dig holes in the ground. How inspiring. We can cure disease, but we can't cure each other, our collective madness. Still, no reason Charnapol should be called in. God help us. Let it not escalate any further. Once again, I am the one cleaning up a UNN disaster. They should make me a fleet admiral.
My dear, don't worry about Shanapal. He has found a woman who sees what a wonderful man he is. The rest will sort itself out. But it's not just our headstrong son. I can hear it in your voice. The weight of the world is on your shoulders. What else is troubling you?
Atlas had it easy. He only had one planet to worry about. Nothing is troubling me. I just fended off an attack from a power-hungry underling that would have destabilized everything I have worked to build. Just another day at the office. I tell you the rest over dinner. I'll bet nobody ever thanks you either. Should I mess with all the SG's screen settings before he gets back from Luna? Does that count as treason? If Nishan's smart, he'll be able to have my job before long. If he's smarter, he'll turn it down. I could clean this up, but that would eliminate any chance of the Secretary General sleeping on it and landing on his face.